What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Springtime's here. Everybody's throwing the lipless around trying to get them fat girls moving up shallow. So I figured I'd give y'all a little tip on how to be able to throw this around structure and not get hung up as much. This bait catches a lot of fish. I don't really get hung up on the whole red situation, but I catch just as many on like sexy shad or just normal shad patterns. I think it's got a lot to do with just the profile itself, not really the color. But people are living down on that red hill. I used to be one of them, but over the years I kind of got away from that because I catch them on all colors. But I figured I'd give y'all a little tip on how to fish this around your trees and all the nasty stuff without getting hung up as much. Of course, you still will get hung up if you just let it fall down in there. But you'll be able to throw it and pull it through there like a normal crankbait for the most part. And you will get more bites because you're gonna be able to get it up there and be able to touch that structure. So I figured I'd show you what I do. I got two rods in the boat. I got one with a bait on it like I'm fixing to show you, and then I got a normal bait. So when I get out there on the flats and stuff or where there's no structure, I'll just pick up the other rod and start throwing that around. But what I do is, got a little brain fart there for a second. But what I do is, if I can get it out of the pack without sticking this in my hand, that's a pretty bait, even though it is made in China. That chili crawl is beautiful. Looks good, but like I said, I don't really get caught up in the color itself. But what I do is, I remove this back hook. And I know some people's like, no man, then you're gonna lose fish. The fish that I'm targeting, if that causes me to lose them, I don't want them no way. Because if you got a fish that's big enough that's gonna eat this, 9 times out of 10 that bait's gonna be all the way gone. And that front hook's gonna be plenty. But I'll come in here and I'll simply just take this back hook off, get your pliers out. And you need a set of these. You know, you need a set of ring pliers for changing hooks, all that stuff. If you ain't got none, I would suggest getting some. It saves a lot of time. You don't have a bunch of hooks in your hands trying to use a knife and all that stuff, or a screwdriver trying to get it out. But I just simply take that back hook off. Said I was. Because 9 times out of 10, the hook that's gonna hang you up is that back hook. Because when it comes through, if you can imagine, when it comes through, don't worry about my cut finger here. When it comes through and hits, and when it flips up like that, that back hook's up here, and it's gonna hang everything up here. Most of the time, when that lip hits like that, when it flips, that bottom hook, if you can see, that bottom hook hits like that. So it's not hanging down to catch any limbs or anything. So it'll pop over, and then once it sets back, it's done got by the structure for the most part. But like I said, of course, you're gonna hang up some, just like any other crankbait. But throwing a flat side, or lipless, as you would say, throwing that around structure will get you bit a lot because they don't see this bait up there shallow like that for the most part, because everybody's scared to throw them up there. And when you do throw them up shallow, you most of the time are staying away from the structure when you need to be bumping off the structure. So that's my tip right there. Take that hook off and throw it around for a little bit and just see what you think. And I guarantee you will get bit more by throwing this up in the shallows. Like I said, they don't see it. People scared to throw it up there. And like I said, how many times have I said like I said? With that back hook gone, it's not up here flopping around. When it hits, it flips over the structure, you're good to go. 9 times out of 10, when it flips like that, when it hits, as soon as it falls over that structure, that's when that bass is gonna inhale it anyways. So yeah, that's my Tuesday tip. Y'all give it a try. Let me know what you think, what you catch. Hopefully y'all show me some big fish. But that's it. That's the Tuesday tip. Y'all hit me up. Y'all catch a big one. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one. Later.